About 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia. And over the years, even though the doctors had said, yeah, there's very little you can do for this, you're going to have it for the rest of your life, I was determined to find a way to eliminate it. I thought if I got it, I can unget it. So I've tried just about every type of protocol I read about in a variety of books, including diet. I spent 3 months at an intensive healthcare clinic eating nothing but sprouts and wheatgrass and seed cheese and raw vegetables. I've done acupuncture, I've done fasting, I've done yoga and exercise, walking, breathing, meditation, you name it, I've done it. And then one day, after hyperbaric chamber treatment with oxygenation, I was given a referral to Denise Hetrick at the Clear Mind Center and got introduced to neurointegration therapy, which blew my mind away immediately. I learned that there was another thing I could do, and I said, okay, I'm an open-minded skeptic. I'm going to go into this just to see what the experience is like, because it would be one more thing I could check off that I've tried. And Denise told me that you will need 10 to 20 sessions in order to see some results. So I said, okay, I'll sign up for 10 to start with. After my third session with neurointegration therapy, I was on my way home, a long drive, which would take about an hour, and it was at the end of the day. And normally I might have felt rather tired, but instead I had a profound shift in just my body, my physiology. First of all, I had this moment behind the wheel of my car. I say, oh my gosh, I'm having a perfect moment. Everything in my life felt right. I was in a state of total bliss, which meant that I felt an amazing calmness and yet an alertness and a real sense of well-being for the first time really in 10 years. Also pain-free, which was the biggest relief of all. And I started testing it on thoughts such as, let me think about something that might put me in a bad mood. And I thought about that, but it was incapable of entering this bubble of perfection that I was in. By the time I got home, my husband and I started on a walk. We started out, and just a few steps into the walk, I said, stop, wait a second, something is happening. And I said to him, I feel really smart. I said, my brain feels as though it's been defragged. If you have a computer and if you've ever had it defragged, you'll understand that after you go through that process, it speeds up. And I felt as though my mind was clear and it was opening up channels that I had never experienced before. And I said, wait a second, I got to go back to my office and do something with this, something creative, because I just felt wonderful. So by the third session, I was already getting results in terms of no pain, clear mind, feeling a new level of intelligence that I hadn't felt before, and also just a sense of well-being. So I felt like this is the secret that I had been looking for, because doctors don't look at the brain-body connection. They're looking at the way the blood works, the way the test results look, and they'll say there's nothing we can do. And they don't understand the connection between when the mind works, the body will follow.